Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're diving straight into the complex mechanics of lasting wealth, and we're doing it by distilling 4 incredibly powerful lessons from some of the UK's most respected academic minds.
Let's kick things off with a pretty crucial question. What if 4 highly respected professors could literally teach you how to build lasting wealth? Well, the short answer is yes, they absolutely can. But, it requires a complete mindset shift away from this idea of getting rich overnight. We're stepping back, we're thinking differently, and we're setting up a foundation that actually lasts. To get there, here's our roadmap for today. We'll hit the wealth illusion, creating value, why you are the best investment, starting to solve problems, your mind as an asset, and we'll wrap up with the new wealth mindset. All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the wealth illusion.
Here's the truth. Long-term wealth isn't something you just hack. It's engineered. If you're constantly chasing a shortcut, looking for a quick fix, you're driving right past the actual road to wealth. True financial success? It starts with a fundamental, totally deliberate shift in how you deploy your time and your resources day in and day out.
Which brings us to Section 2, create value, not paper.
So Professor John Kay identifies this massive misconception out there. It's this illusion that simply shuffling money around from one account to another somehow creates wealth. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. True wealth originates entirely from building productive engines. We're talking about businesses, services, and products that solve actual, real-world human problems.
Your absolute number one focus just has to be on creating value. Whether that's a small local business or a highly useful product that genuinely improves people's lives. When you build something valuable, you literally don't have to chase profits. The money naturally follows the value. It's just a direct byproduct of what you're putting out there into the world.
Moving right along, Section 3, you are the best investment.
Now, Professor Tim Harford makes a brilliant point here. He argues that we obsess way too much over external investments. Think about it. Markets swing wildly, right? Technologies become obsolete basically overnight. Economies go up and down. But the knowledge you acquire, that is an internal, totally crash-proof asset. It stays with you forever.
So every single new skill you learn, every book you absorb, and every actionable piece of knowledge you actually apply, it directly compounds your earning potential. By investing in your own education today, you are systematically upgrading your capacity to generate wealth in absolutely any economy. It's a real game changer.
All right, Section 4, stop chasing, start solving.
Most people trap themselves right from the get-go by waking up and asking the exact wrong question. How can I make money? Professor Paul Collier points out that this inherently selfish framing completely ignores the marketplace. It puts all the focus on you, which honestly just leads to a lot of frustration.
Instead, Collier argues for a radical mindset shift. You have to ask yourself, what problem can I solve? Because when you think about it, every single successful business exists for one reason, and one reason only. It solves someone's problem. The math here is profound, but actually pretty simple. Scale the size of the problem you solve, and you naturally scale your financial reward.
Let's jump to Section 5. Your mind is your asset.
Historically, creating wealth required massive physical leverage. You needed huge factories, incredibly expensive machinery, giant real estate footprints, the whole shebang. But Professor Jonathan Haskell highlights this monumental shift. In today's digital economy, a single valuable idea, paired with the right digital skills and a bit of creativity, that can scale globally with virtually zero physical overhead.
Pascal's ultimate point is just incredibly empowering. Your intellect, your creativity, your unique skills, these are quite literally the most valuable commodities on Earth right now. You already possess the primary asset you need to build modern wealth. Now your only job is to cultivate it and put it to work.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 6, the new wealth mindset.
When we actually step back and combine the insights from all 4 of these incredible professors, a really clear, unified system emerges. Basically, stop chasing paper money. Instead, relentlessly build your knowledge. Then, take that knowledge and use it to solve real-world problems. When you do that, wealth suddenly stops being this elusive goal and just becomes the inevitable byproduct of the value you're providing. This is the exact paradigm shift that separates true wealth builders from everyone else.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with the direct challenge. You know now that wealth follows value, right? So what problem are you going to solve today? Take these 4 powerful lessons, invest heavily in your own mind, and go build something that lasts.